Okay, so before we get into this review, I just gotta say one thing, because after I just finished watching this episode, I found out that Prodigy of Mobb Deep passed away, and I know that's irrelevant to this review, but I just had to say it one last time. I've been talking about it on Twitter. RIP to the legend, hip-hop legend from Queensbridge. As always, like, have a good rest, brother. Now, with that being said, my gosh, Frieza. Frieza! Oh my gosh, this episode of Dragon Ball Super, if you wasn't sold on Frieza's return being something more than just like, hey, Frieza's back yet again, I feel as though this is the return Frieza should have had. And what I mean by the return he should have had, I'm referring more so towards the badassery. Like in Resurrection F, when he came back, I never really felt like he was this big menacing threat that was really gonna get shit done. With this arc, with this episode, he made me a believer. It really felt as though this guy right here is the tyrant of the fucking universe that we wanted to see. Because one, his power, you could argue it seems a little bit like he was stuck in a cocoon. He's dead. How did all that come about of him getting that strength? Also, he shouldn't have his body because he's dead and only good people get to keep their body. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of his return and the strength that he's acquired and the just villainous stuff. I remember, and I think I spoke about this in a previous review, but once again, people were questioning about, well, who's the worst or who's the most evil person in all of Dragon Ball? A lot of people said, you know, Zamasu because of what he did or whatever and what he was thinking. A lot of people said Frieza. Episodes like this really make me say Frieza, because Zamasu, he felt what he was doing was right in a way. And you know, that doesn't, because, you know, a lot of evil people think that what they're doing is right, but he had some sort of rhyme or reason as to why he was doing this shit. Frieza just enjoys it. Frieza just wants people to die, and he wants to kill them in a fun way. Like, that's the difference, and that's what made me, again, with this episode, I'm like, Frieza, I'm a fucking believer right now, bro. Like, you are killing it. He was just slaughtering left and right, had Goku like, you want to stop killing people, bro? Like, yo, we don't need to really kill them. He's like, come on, Bob, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? And then it seems as though, to a certain degree, those spoilers that we talked about a couple of weeks ago might have some validity to it. They might come to fruition. Something might go down, because in this episode, when we found out about the God energy, the God of Destruction energy that was given to those cronies by Sidra, yeah, we found out that Frieza wouldn't mind leaving this universe and teaming up with another universe. So Frieza 100%, I mean, look what he did to Goku here. Like, I said it from day one, and a lot of us said it since day one. You can't trust Frieza, okay? You just can't trust Frieza. And this episode yet again demonstrated why you can't trust Frieza, okay? We're in the middle of motherfuckers trying to jump Goku and Frieza. They're trying to get rid of them. They're trying to do them dirty. And Frieza's still like, Goku, bam! And when he was able to overcome the God of Destruction energy from Sidra, I was like, it does seem like an ass pull. I ain't gonna lie, just him getting this strength, and all of a sudden he's equal to Goku now, seemingly, based on the end of the episode, the little squabble that they had or whatnot and everything that went down. But my gosh, just to see him overcome that, I'm like, yes, why couldn't we get this version of Frieza in Resurrection F that was more worthy? Resurrection F, Frieza was kind of like a punching bag for Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, he did some sly shit, and yeah, he had Sorbet shoot through Goku's chest from behind. You know, he was still dastardly and evil and shit like that. But this one made it more menacing, and opposed to Resurrection F, because in Resurrection F, it was still going along the lines of the theme of, hey, everyone's scared of Beerus, and I think at that point, we still hadn't heard about Zeno yet, but, you know, Frieza was scared to death of Beerus. In this one, he's talking like, you're not going to be able to do whatever you want for much longer, Beerus. I'm like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see, like, even though it was cool for a while, and I did like it to see people cowering in fear of Beerus, to see that Frieza, he's gotten past that point now, and he feels that he's strong enough that eventually he's going to get to that point, and he's going to try and go at Beerus or try and get rid of this. Like, there's so many different things that got me thinking, like, Frieza, yes, this is the Frieza that I want, the really fucking awesome, badass, strong as fuck Frieza. Now Goku, the difference between what Frieza did with the God energy and what Goku was trying to do, like Frieza, he just had it in his hands and then he, was able to condense it. Goku had it all the fuck around him. A little bit different. Also, Goku was hit with a sneak attack with it and didn't see it coming. Frieza seen it coming when the guy was throwing the blast or whatever. So for them to say, well, Frieza could do it, why couldn't Goku do it? A little bit of a different circumstance there, buddy. And based on what's happening in the manga right now, which I won't spoil in case you're not reading the manga because there are very big differences. It's still in the Goku Black arc, which is ridiculous, I know, and I'll talk about that in another video. But I think there's a possibility that something that happened this episode with that God energy could lead Goku to potentially being able to do something in the future with that God of Destruction energy. Because God Ki is different from what Sidra gave. That's basically the Hakai. And something that happened in the manga recently, this seems like this could be a really good setup for Goku to be able to do something with the God of Destruction energy now that he's felt it once. Because we know with Goku and we know with a lot of the Z fighters, once they go through something, they're kind of able to either replicate it or just do something, with it. They're able to do it again. So the fact that Goku was able to feel that, who knows, maybe Goku could learn some sort of form of the Hakai, the destruction in the future, which, oh my gosh, I would love it. Honestly, this episode, even though you can definitely see they padded it out yet again to give more time till we get to, the Tournament of Power, one, the art. Oh my gosh, especially when Goku and Frieza were fighting towards the end, the art was on fucking point. I mean, the shading, the paint, everything about the fucking art for a majority of this episode was amazing. So even though it did feel like, in a way, it could be filler, it also had a couple of things in it that is like, well, yeah, it is padding out, but there's some really interesting things. Seeing that Frieza is willing to immediately, if it suits him, jump ship to another universe. I think that would have been a very poor choice on Frieza's side, not knowing what's going on in Universe 9, because yeah, okay, Universe 7 could be fucked, but do you not realize that there's a bunch of other universes out there and that Universe 9 is pretty fucking weak? Like, Frieza might have made a poor decision had that went down. Had Beerus not shown up in time to stop that exchange between Sidra, that Kai, and Frieza might have stepped in some shit anyways, because let's be real here, like Jiren, from what is it, Universe 11 or something like that, there's a lot of strong fighters out there, and Frieza with the Trio de Danger, so maybe the spoilers might be accurate in the future or something like that, because he did try and betray them, he did try and leave Universe 7, he did try, but it was to no avail, which again, it worked out in Frieza's favor, because really, him and the Trio de Danger ain't gonna do shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they get a bunch of scrubs just to fill them out, it's like, no, like, just, no, like, honestly, just, Frieza's villainry, like, I loved seeing Frieza in this episode, and I can't believe it, because, you've been following me, you see that I was not excited that much about Frieza coming back. I was kind of like, why him, let Majin Buu get his spotlight, or bring back fucking Cell if you're gonna bring somebody back. This episode really fucking changed my mind and really got me excited about Frieza. Just that he's not playing games. He's not even in his mind, like, he's already thinking of how to get over Beerus. He's like thinking of tricking the gods, and he's seen that he could do it if he was gonna, be able to do it as Sidra. So a lot of things really interesting with this episode of Frieza. And then of course the exchange between Goku and Frieza at the end of the episode, I was like, oh man, like they both hit at the same time, so they're even. Again, I would argue that it is kind of BS, because since Resurrection F, what has Goku gone through? He's gone through a lot. He went through the Universe 6 tournament, the Universe 6 tournament, where he fought, against Hit at the end, and he had to do the Kaioken times 10 and all that shit with Super Saiyan Blue. Then of course we had the Goku Black arc, which, come on now, fighting Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose, and all of that shit. Like, there was a lot that Goku's been through since Resurrection F. Frieza's been sitting in a cocoon, so yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, lie, I'm not gonna fanboy and say, oh my god, it makes sense, because it really just seems kind of like, well, we need Frieza to get to that point. He was sitting in a cocoon concentrating his mind, and that somehow blew him up to this level that he's at right now. It's like, it doesn't really make that much sense, but fuck it, I'd take it as Dragon Ball Super. Fucking Trunks was able to take down a god with a sword, a Genki Dama sword. Why the fuck not, right? Like, this episode, though, again, just fucking awesome. For what it was trying to accomplish. One, showing how badass Frieza is. This isn't the Resurrection F Krusty. He's super perfect fucking Frieza at this point. Seeing him killing motherfuckers. Seeing him trying to do on the sly deals with other universes. Trying to trick motherfuckers. Then him in his mind already thinking that he's not really that scared of Beerus anymore, which kind of makes me question, well, damn, how close is Goku and, well, Frieza, you know, they're seemingly even now. How close are they to Beerus that Frieza's already thinking? Is it just that he's thinking, well, okay, we win the Tournament of Power, I'm with another universe, bam, the end of Beerus, you know, his universe is going to be wiped out, what's going on there? And just as a whole, the episode kicked fucking ass. I'd give it a solid, I want to say 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was a little bit nonsensical that, you know, Frieza's all of a sudden equal to Goku, so I will give it points against that. It was kind of like, he's sitting in a fucking cocoon, he shouldn't even have his body to begin with, so, But aside from that, I mean, like, for what it was doing, and for it kind of being a padded episode just to, you know, make a little more time before we get to Tournament of Power, it kicked fucking ass. Frieza killed it. Frieza fucking killed it, literally and figuratively, okay? It was just like, Goku and Frieza in an episode, and they fucking rocked it. Like, we're stomping in new territory, people. Really curious what you think, though, about all that went down in this episode. Do you think in the end Frieza is truly going to be able to defect to another universe, and he's going to be, like, you know, fucking us over in the end anyways, and then Majin Buu will return? Please, no Yamcha. Just saying, no Yamcha. Also, based on that, do you think there's a possibility that some of the people from other universes might defect to different universes? I don't know, maybe we get one of the Saiyans from Universe 6 to join our team. That would be hype as a motherfucker, having another Super Saiyan, one of the female Super Saiyans, either Cauliflower or Kale. I like, yes. And do you feel as though this Frieza that we got right now is what we should have got with Resurrection F? This villain, this badass, this evil motherfucker that also has the power to back it up. Your thoughts on that? Your overall thoughts of the episode as a whole? Like, yeah, a little bit of BS on Frieza's ascension to that power, but it was still kick fucking ass, and I loved it. I really did. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Finette World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.